Hello, people. Welcome to a new Joe and Danny show, or as he is frequently called, the King of Chaos. What's the King of Chaos got stirred up for me this morning? That is the question, and how will I react to him is the answer.
We'll see in time, Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody. On this Friday, the 5th of December.
Oh, getting close. 20 days.
Oh my
20
God.
days to the day of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. My sister-in-law decided to have Christmas dinner last year. I'm against it, but I'm not gonna say nothing because if that's the way they feel, fine. I'm going. But
Christmas dinner. What? I didn't catch all that.
yeah, my sister-in-law, because my brother passed away. Usually, you don't celebrate, if there's a death in the family,
Oh no, you got to keep life going.
But yeah, things have changed over the years. That's the old tradition. But yeah, I'll be thinking about my brother. In fact, this past Wednesday he was buried. He was
Yeah.
buried, and that's the end of that.
Well, you realize that we're just starting out. I don't know how many people are going to ask you about it, or again,
Yeah.
You said it already,
Well,
but
I got a lot of condolences from people. I appreciate it very much. From everybody. I don't know if I missed anybody, but I thank everybody very much for their concern. It was really heartwarming.
yeah, there were a lot of comments.
Yeah, very good.
And I don't know. I will talk about this later, but I forgot to tell you something. You were saying everything comes in three. Or you all know that's when somebody passes, it can come in threes. Well, there are two others that in the news that I'll talk about later. There's your three. That at least three people that we know. Jeez.
I told you, Joe. I told you.
You and your gloom. I don't want to hear it. You know what he says to me the other day? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yesterday, he said, guys, okay, I'm talking about, his brother passed away and everything. And then I'm trying to take care of myself. And then he is concerned, and he says, yeah, you got to take care of yourself, Joe. You got to watch better what you eat. Got to, because, Joe, he says, death comes in threes, and I don't want you to be one of them. I mean, and his heart was in the right place. But if you, it's all right to say, Joe, like who knows years from now, I don't want a few years to hear that you passed, but to say death comes in threes and your brother just, as if I'm part of this right now, this month,
Well, it was trying to be a wake up call because I know Joe behind the scenes and stuff like that. If he was explaining his life, and his diet and stuff like that, I said, Joe, you're going too far with this consumption of food.
Oh, stop. You're exaggerating, but anyway, yeah, no, I'm eating the wrong things. That's how you are. I'm eating the wrong things.
It's good to get out of your system, but I won't go any further.
Enough. You're not going to look, okay, and also a lot of that is going to be for my other chat that I do every Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So every Wednesday I do a thing, and I forget what I'm calling it now. Weight and Wellness Wednesday. How's that? 3 W's. Weight and Wellness Wednesday. So you can join me here at this channel every Wednesday, and we do a live stream. Well, I do a live stream. Wait. All right, let's start with some comments. Ramoga's here. Hello, Ramoga. Don't worry, you don't have to try to coax me into doing your favorite clip. I'll try to remember to do that at some point. I'll leave it more spontaneous. How's that? Hello, Mike.
Ramoga, Mike Walljasper, and Rockin' Robin. Say hello.
Hi.
Mike Walljasper must love you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hello. Mystery Train. I read a story where a guy died from eating too much mayo in mayonnaise in an mayo eating contest. Well, you don't sit there and eat a lot of mayonnaise. Look at this. We got Sue here.
Good morning. Good morning.
from the Rachel's Ghost channel.
All right. Good channel. Very good channel.
We are up very early
Wow.
on the West Coast.
Sue was saying, Rachel Sue was saying hi to you.
Hi, Sue.
Yeah.
And please say hi to Rachel for me.
Oh, we love you. We love you. Rachel,
Yeah,
Sue, love you very much.
So glad that Rachel's back on. You know, I mean, I can't watch every show, but I try to tune in pretty regularly. So I'm really glad for that.
Yeah, well,
good to see John Moreno here again.
Hey. So Rachel is all all overwhelmed with all the Rolling Stones CDs.
Yeah, that was incredible. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? But yeah, if she could flip them, more power to her.
This is fantastic. She's got all these Rolling Stones CDs and their original sealed long cardboard boxes from 1986.
Very nice.
And I'm thinking how great this is. What's she gonna do? Flip them. I'm like, oh, but okay. I guess I could understand that. What are you gonna do?
She has the LPs, so But I would
LPs, schmelschmies. CDs. I got LPs. I like vinyl too, but I play CDs more than I play vinyl, I guess. But I want to start getting into a little some sad news here, and this is serious stuff, Danny. We're going to talk about. I might be dancing around words here. I don't know because you don't know what you can say here. Here's the thing. I just said a little while ago. I was talking about, Danny's brother has passed away, and then they say this happens in threes, right? Well, wait a minute. Before we go on with that, yeah, Mr. Stickermania, Frank. Yeah, of course, Frank. Leave it to Frank. Now he's going to go and milk people. Thank you. Very good. No, I think Mr. Stickermania, he's great. He's got so much good stuff for sale, and it's going to be the Miracle Whip, not wipe. Miracle Whip that'll do me. I love Miracle Whip, man. I tell you, man, it's got just the right sweet and tart taste. Now, wait a minute. Guys, I want to try to tell you this sad story, but this will be the last comment now. Danny, did you get a rabies shot from the Lola bite?
Funny. But yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I started foaming at the mouth a couple days later because they never got their shots and stuff like that, But I was foaming over some woman I seen on a TV show.
Oh, that's nice to say in front of your wife.
Oh yeah, she'll mind.
All right, let me get this story out because I want to talk about it. All right, now but I got to build it up again just because Danny's brother passed, and a lot of times these things come in threes. And two people that I sort of know were just, that's the word, killed. I'm laughing. It ain't funny, but I'm laughing. I'm giggling because you got to worry about what you say here, and the words. You're so stupid. But anyway, all right. Some of you people who watch my main channel, Mean Mr. Mayo, may have seen videos that I've done. Not that many of them, from time to time, where my friend Anthony and I go to a deli. And when I used to work at the post office, they called this. There was a nickname a guy used to say. He recommended this place. Oh, you got to go to the Dirty Deli. And I said, the Dirty Deli? That's a funny name. I don't know. It's not that dirty. I don't know why he called it that, but he called it the Dirty Deli. So there's some videos where Anthony and I go over there, and we occasionally had a sandwich, sat down at the table and stuff. And the Dirty Deli is, or should I now say was, if you know where I'm going with this, owned by two really nice Italian, old-fashioned Italian people, older people. I thought the woman was much older. It turned out she was 62. I say was. Her husband was 70. Both of these people was nice as anything, hardworking, right out of the book. Hardworking immigrants came here to this country. And by the way, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. They were taken out. I can't believe it. I used to go there. Not a lot. I don't think I was there this year. I think I went last year. My girlfriend seems to think I remember me going once early in the year. I don't remember. But I used to go there, and they were so nice, and they would talk to you. And, they had the old Italian accent and everything. They were right. Now, get this. The person who unalived them was their son. There was a witness who went into the place, and he's a 97-year-old man. And this 97-year-old man, when he got in, it's 9:00 in the morning. He went into the deli. He didn't see the old couple, but he saw the son walking out the back door, and he said, "What's going on, son?" And the son said, I stabbed my parents. And he just like that, like it was nothing. And then I think he surrendered or something, and they got him. But the thing is, they had two sons. I don't know. We don't know all the details yet. And the daughter, the daughter worked there. One of the sons worked there, and one of the sons was also a postal letter carrier, which it turns out that, from what I'm hearing, gossip, when I'm reading, it was not the son who worked at the post office. It was the other son. But I can't even conceive of this. And everybody that's being interviewed says these people were so wonderful, so nice, and everything. And of course, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but there's still no excuse for that. I don't know what happened. We're still waiting for more details. And the thing about this place is that, Sue says, I see where this is going. Oh, I didn't see that. I think you were thinking I was going there to eat a lot or something, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so without dragging it out too much, the thing that got me is, when I would go there, they'd give you, if they made you a sandwich, it was typical old Italian deli. It had all just the old world feeling, and they would put way too much on the sandwich. You'd have to eat half for one meal and the other half really for the other meal. And it'd be like $7 or something. You'd get there and I used to say, how the hell can they afford, Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, sorry. Yeah. But I can't, it's just weird because you see stories like this, the old saying, and you think, well, that could never happen to me or anybody I know. And it did happen, and it's on Long Island. It was worth the drive. You go there, it was worth the drive because it was good. And anyway, so that really kind of messed me up. I mean, it's not anybody. Not anybody, family, or any friends or anything. But he was always very nice. I used to say to her when I was working at the post office, I used to say, I hate this job. My son here loved the job. He loved it, with the accent and everything. He loved the job, all this kind of stuff. And I said, wow, good for him. But he liked the overtime. We go, you work overtime? I said, are you kidding? I said, I don't want no overtime there. 8 hours a day is enough. And then when I retired, I tell, hey, I retired, and this and that. So.
And the story Joe just told happens very often all over. We don't know all the stories, but the world has become evil. There's no religion.
Oh, that's part of it. That's part of it. And I know we're going to get a lot of anti-religion people out there, but that's part of it. If you believe that, even if it's not true, if you're grown up that way and you're brought up that way and you're brought up, with some of that teaching and maybe a little church here and there, you don't generally think, you wouldn't think of that, but doing that.
Well, it's all based on faith, okay? I believe that, when I pass away, I'm going to go to heaven, be with my family, my mother and father and everybody I knew. My dogs. I believe in that's faith. If it doesn't, if you just die and it doesn't happen, you still, while you were alive, you had that good feeling that you're going to a better place. So it's all based on faith,
Well, that's what I always say too. Even if it turns out not to be true, at least you made it easier on your son, had a happier, more hopeful outcome or life.
Wait a minute. I want to show you a picture, okay? I want to show you a picture. I'll show you how handsome I was. So you can make me big.
We have to go off on this now to talk about you, how handsome you are.
Wait, that's my brother right there. And I'm in the middle with my chacho, my chihuahua, and my mama. That was my brother.
You look tall, Danny.
Look how handsome I was. Look at that devil. And I'm an old bastard.
Yeah, let's go back to what we were talking about, all right? Even though, but you were saying, like there's videos on YouTube. Yeah, it's the town of Bethpage, and another thing. One of the guys, I wasn't saying this part. The guy that went in there and talked to the son said what he did, and left the witness. 97 years old. This man saw this, and he was outside interviewed. The guy seemed like he's 70 years old. I mean, he's in great shape for 97. You might see some interviews with him. And he says, what happened? He says, I can't believe it. He says, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me that he's ever seen in his life. He says, and I'm 97. So that was, just incredible. I know these, and one of these videos, the people are in the video. When I forget, there's one video where Bazooka Joe at a record store, we go there and he buys a sandwich and I got the owners on the camera a little bit. And me and Anthony go there a couple of times and I might have filmed them a little bit. So I don't know what video it is because it's just, I have so many videos. I don't know which video it's in. Something similar happened here in Los Angeles this past week. So sad.
Good morning. Good morning, John.
There's a quote for you. It says, "Eye has not seen nor ear heard, neither has entered into the heart of man what God has prepared for those that love him." Anyway, that's happened yesterday. I heard this yesterday, and it's got me bummed out, actually.
Yeah, very sad, very uncalled for.
Yeah.
People are not getting the mental health they need. A lot of people should be on medications, but they're not.
Well, all's pretty good, but not the story I just told. But
I'm Mark.
And the thing is, what the old man who's 97 said, and he was so calm, so nonchalant. So, it's amazing when that happens. People say he was so calm and this and that. I don't know. So anyway, and then when I found out their ages, I thought they were much older. They look like old from Italy. They just had an old look. The woman was only 62. That's younger than me by a year. I thought she was 70, 72, something like that. And the man was 70. The woman passed away right there at the scene. The man was brought to the hospital where he expired. So anyway, yeah, it's sad. I mean, I know we'll lift things up a bit, but just what a good start, huh? But anyway, woohoo! Sun is out today. It says it's 20 degrees here. 20 degrees. Oh, you can always make yourself warm, but you can't make yourself cooler. I'll take the freaking heat. I wanted to say 80 degrees here. I don't want to see.
No. We don't need 80 degrees. I don't want to sweat. It was 7 degrees last night. I could feel it too. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, so I am sitting here again, trying to keep my head straight. No, not too much looking up. Not too much.
Now we're gonna hear Joe's dental and neck problems for the next 20 minutes.
Now we're going to talk about your eye problems.
No, I got eye problems.
But anyway, so anyway, what's going on, everybody? Let's try to get more into the spirit of things. Do I have anything else to say? By the way, you were talking about tooth problems. You were saying you had some pain where you got your teeth pulled. So
yeah, I never had experience like this. I had 2 extractions, and let's see. This past Wednesday was a week, so it's been a week. It's been 9 days, and I still feel where they pulled the 2 teeth out on the left side, one upper and one lower. I still. So I got this mouthwash here that Robin gave me. And I was squishing it in my mouth. It makes it feel better, but I'm thinking, do I have an infection there? I'm not swollen or anything like that, but do I have an infection? You know what I mean? But I take a couple Tylenol and it goes away, and then it comes back. But it's been 9 days since they pulled the teeth. Usually I have no problem.
Yeah, well, you went to Aspen Dental. What do you expect?
Hey, you get an infection. Those infections there, believe it or not, can destroy your heart valves. You'd be surprised that bacteria can destroy your valves to your heart and stuff. Joe, I don't know why you keep doing this shit. You always cut me off, you bastard. You.
Hey, you were invited here. You knew I was here.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Well, I said you were invited here. You knew I was here. I need like a comment like that now when you say that to me. Like, what do you expect? By the way, he says, I love Paul singing Help, Strawberry Fields, and Give Peace a Chance in Liverpool. Amazing. And I do agree. I loved when he did that. That was a tribute to John. He said, now we're going to do a tribute to someone we love dearly. And he did that. And it was wonderful. It was back in 1990 or so. It was a long time ago. And I guess what? I've come to really enjoy Paul opening up the show with Help now. So there you go. Maybe not now, but I'd rather have heard Paul sing All Things Must Pass, for example, and something on Uke. It's really tired. Yeah, it's tired. It's a nice tribute to George doing something, but it's very tired. Hi, David. Is Wings prepared for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I never thought Wings should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I figure, I don't know. Paul is in already, and And by the way, yeah, why are you telling me this exactly? I restored my Bela Lugosi clip, so whenever we have a need to use it, like when Danny starts talking about things that we don't care about, I can use that clip. Well, my life story I can tell. Why are you telling me? Because that's what the channel. You know what I mean? Joe and Danny show.
Yeah, Robin's going to Woodstock again today. Gonna stay overnight. So I'm gonna be a bachelor. So all you women out there are invited to my house.
That sounds like fun, Danny. Gonna be a good time.
Ramoga loves that clip. Ramoga, you love that clip. Just for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, the sun is out. And tomorrow, guess what I'm seeing tomorrow? 4 hours and 40-minute version of Kill Bill. The whole body of Flan. The whole thing. Everything.
Oh, my God.
And
the 12th, I'm going to see Barry Manilow. Right? December 12th.
You're not going to see Barry Manilow. You're going to see a Barry Manilow interpreter. I can't think what the word is.
Impersonator.
The word failed me. That's part of getting older.
It still should be good.
Don't say I'm going to see a Barry Manilow tribute. Don't say I'm going to see Barry Manilow.
Shit. So Michael Walchester goes, awesome. I don't know in reference to what, but yeah, it's a fake. He's a phony. I'm gonna say, hey, you're a phony.
Hello, Eric. Good morning to you. Am I still walking an hour each day? I've gotten back to walking each day now this month. The first, the second, the third, the fourth. It'll be 5 days today. I'm back to that. But the thing is, I have not been doing an hour yet. I've been doing like 30 minutes. Sometimes I go over to 35, 40 minutes. But I'm easing up to an hour because I stopped and I'm not in as good shape as I was when I was walking the hour. But that'll come back. Not a problem. I know he loves it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do my old people's crossword now. Oh, come on. You know, you look damn good yet the other day. You were on there, Sue, man, with Rachel. You don't look like no old person, let me tell you.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I was going to type on there, woo, hubba hubba, or something like that, but I thought, I'd lose a little classy. So I'll be here now and be declassed.
Yeah, say hello, Rachel. Send my love. I love you too, Sue.
Okay. I don't know what we're talking. I'm a little lost with this here. Brilliant. Do you think brilliant Beetle brains stick together? I do. I think Woody needs to have his voice heard. Oh, I know who you mean. Woodland Goblin. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. Like I said, I'll have him back here if he ever decides he wants to.
He ain't coming back.
You think coming back?
He ain't coming back. If he didn't come back by now, Joe, he's gone. He could have passed away too. How do you know? You keep telling me no. He might have died. Who knows?
The reason I say that is because he made it clear he was going to go. He's going to leave.
It doesn't mean anything. He might have really died.
Maybe. Nice, happy Danny all the time.
You never know. I'm just saying. You never know.
Joe, would you ever consider moving to Florida? I would love to go to Florida if I could live anywhere I want, and who's to say I can't? I can. I would pick Florida, but I'm worried about the hurricanes. I'll be honest with you, hurricanes. One thing you can say about where I live, and I don't want to speak too soon. There's no natural disasters and things like that. There's no tornadoes or hurricanes or earthquakes.
Don't talk too fast, Joe. Shh. Don't talk too fast. We might have
I'm almost 64 years old. I remember. I forgot the name of it. Was it Sandy? I remember that one. There was one. That was huge.
You move to Florida, you go inland. You stay away from the water. You don't want to be by the water. That's where you're going to get nailed. Come on, Joe. Come on. You worry about all the old people go to Florida. You think they worry about
Florida? Florida is warm. I want warm and sun all the time. I'd love it.
Oh, you get it. Nice humidity, a lot of bugs.
I take the humidity over the cold any day. Any day.
Yeah, the cockroaches are in Florida. Then you got alligators. You're worrying about a hurricane? You open your front door, you got an alligator right there. You're gonna chop off your leg.
This was, I think, Sue laughing about what I said about her, and thank you. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Danny, they give you an antibiotic after the extractions?
No, they didn't do it. No. I'm gonna contact my lawyer.
Jacoby. I know why teeth are hurt, but I'm not gonna say here on the air. Told you why.
He told me I'm gonna clean it out with salt water. But the hole's very deep. That molar was huge.
Do you still listen to Anthology 4? Well, it only came out a couple of weeks ago, and I played it. I played it a few times already and love it, or at least I love the new tracks, the brand new ones that we hadn't heard from '63. The one, especially '63 to '65, and also "Baby You're a Rich Man" from '67, and "All You Need Is Love." Those are my favorites on there. But ask me a year from now, 2 years from now. There's lots of stuff here to listen to, lots of movies to watch, lots of books to read.
People buy that stuff and then they might listen to it once or some of it. They put it on the shelf. The days go very fast. Next thing you know, it's months later. And then they buy something new that comes out, and that's what happens. That's what happens.
What are you going to do when you have thousands of records and things or albums?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's getting impossible. I got 2,000 albums alone. 3,000 CDs. I don't know, at least 2,000 movies, easy, because I got the book here to prove it. But how much you think I listen to or watch? You
Not
know,
much.
yeah, I make it my business to listen to music every day, uh, of one sort or another.
Okay. Hello, Golden God, Dennis.
Yeah, you could have eliminated. It could have been Goodfellas. Could have been Goodfellas.
Paul playing Martha, my dear. Strawberry Fields, like I said, backseat of my car and Get Back blows me away. The man's sheer talent. Absolutely. I think that the man is the most talented of the Beatles. I know what you're trying to do, Martin, and I'm not going to bite. Okay. Well, look at Paul's the best, and singing. How about I love when Paul sings John's song. You're not going to get a rise out of me because I agree with you. I think Paul. I've said many times. Paul's the most talented Beatle.
We're not even supposed to be talking Beatles and music. This is
I'm going to indulge them a little bit because this is the only stream that he's allowed on. So why not? Just watched the new May Pang documentary. I thought it was fantastic and surprisingly emotional. It was emotional and it was very good. I saw it. I give her props. I felt sorry for her because she was so in love with John after first wanting nothing to do with him, and then buckling, then suddenly changing her value system. But anyway, the only thing about her is she's trying to extend her 15 minutes into like 10 hours. And I don't believe for a second that the two of them had anything going later. I don't believe that. But I did like the documentary, and it was emotional. I did feel sorry for her because she felt about him. Wouldn't want to live in Florida with the hurricanes, mosquitoes, and alligators. Yeah, whatever.
I wouldn't want to live there just because of heat alone, the heat and humidity. No way.
No, I think While My Guitar Gently Weeps, in my opinion, is the best song on the White Album. And that's not even a John song. And this proves what I said at that point. A George Harrison song is the best song on the freaking White Album. Told you. Well, this whole thing here, I rarely play the Beatles music, but by God, capitalize God's name on this channel, buddy. But by God, when I do, I'm blown away each time. I had a friend once that, years ago when I was like, I don't know, 18, 20 or something like that. And he loved the Beatles, but he listened to a lot of things. And he said to me, you shouldn't play the Beatles as much. He says, because what I do is I go away without hearing the Beatles for a long time. And then when I play them again, I say to myself, you know something? These guys were really great. And I said, yeah, that's what happens to me. I don't listen to Beatles every day, but when I do, I think the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same about Oasis. I put them away for a while, and then I listened to them and said, wow, what a great band this is. And I think they're better than the Beatles.
Yeah, sure, right. Funny how the only time Oasis gets mentioned is on this channel, and in the context of talking about the Beatles, they're superiors.
No, there's a channel. This is a channel that has over 1 million subs. I can't find. I can find it, but I don't look at it. I don't watch it.
No. Now, Real Love. Here's a controversial take for you. Okay. At first, when I heard the 2025 mix, I didn't like it as much. I mean, really. Now I like it better, and I'm going to be one of those people that say that I like it better. Because Andy Nichols actually made me realize, I didn't think about it, but he said the one in the 90s had John's voice sped up too fast. Now John's voice is the proper way it should sound on the new one, and I like it more up front. As far as George, a lot of people complain, George Harrison's guitars aren't there. They're there. The guitars are there. You can hear George in there. The thing is at the end, and I think Beatley Tone, if you want to watch Beatley Tone's review, he discusses it better. There were originally like 10 pieces at the end, but instead they cut out a few, and there's only like 4 now, or 6, maybe 6 it was. But whatever he said, George's guitar is still there, so I like 2025 right now better. Maybe Danny's waiting for the Oasis anthology. Danny don't care about Oasis. He says that he does. But, he promised and assured all of us here a couple of years ago, or a year ago anyway, that he was going to go see Oasis when they played in May this year. You know what? He didn't go. He didn't go. Instead, he wants to see Barry Manilow impersonation. You know, come on, Danny. Okay, did you see Matthew Street's video about a hypothetical John Lennon 1980 album? It's a nice idea. I didn't see it because, quite frankly, I was kind of thrown by the clickbait title of it, you know? John Lennon's new 1980 album. You know, it's like, of course, we know he doesn't have a new 1980 album, but he didn't say in the thing, hypothetical John Lennon album from 1980, what, you know, or something like that, you know? So I didn't really watch it, not yet anyway. Hello, Petty Lane. What's going on with you? Same old, same old. Is a George Harrison song the best on Abbey Road? Absolutely. Something and Here Comes the Sun are the two best songs on Abbey Road on a technical level. They're not my favorites right now, but they're probably the best. I agree that, yeah, you know, I absolutely agree. The movement you need is on your shoulders. Still not a clue what that is about. Well, people like myself and John Lennon and people a little more deep understand what that meant. Because every time that I ever heard that song, I always loved when Paul went back to that line and said that. That's my favorite moment of the entire song. And that was before I heard Paul explain that John suggested that was a great line, leave it in. And then later on I said, oh, so John, yes, that's how it was. It's the truth. I always liked that, and I hadn't yet learned that John's told him to keep that. It's the way he sings it too. I like the repetition, the fact that he talks about don't carry the world on your shoulder. And then later on, he revisits that word, but this time kind of assuring you the movement you need is on your shoulder. Like one more time, let's mention it again. It's more the inflection when he does it again. Not so much that he's repeating the word. I like the way he says it. Danny, what's the matter? You had to get a Beatle break?
No, I was thinking in 3 days it'll be December 8th, you know. And that day is supposed to be very cold at night. You know, I don't know how many people are going to show up there, but it's going to be very frigid. 1980 was balmy. It was very warm, you know, on December 8th.
They said the deli owners were going to retire in 4 months in one of the videos I watched. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And if they would have, that's just before retirement, they get taken out. That's crazy. And the thing is, like, you know, in a way, I feel, well, the deli wouldn't have been the same anyway in 4 months.
You know, something like that. They should take the guy, okay, and they should have, before they do it, find him guilty, have a few ads, okay, pay-per-view, okay, 1995, you tune in and you can watch him be executed. And maybe other people will learn that's going to happen to them if they commit a crime like that.
Yeah, but what about the people that kind of want that to happen to them? Like they don't care, you know. They do it to get that. You know?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah. With 325 million people in the United States, not everybody's sane. It's just going to happen all over the world. It's just part of life. You have to be very cautious in life, and you gotta look with 4 eyes. You need 2 eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah. I agree with this. The relationship between Paul and George in later years was intriguing. And I think Paul has said that maybe that Friends to Go was about him, that song, George, that song. When Abbey Road came out, John said that something was the best song on it. I'm not sure if he meant it only to praise George or to dismiss his and Paul. So, wait, I can't win, right? Damned if he does, damned if he don't. Danny, I'm going to lay off this Beatles stuff if it kills me. You wait.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay because, like you said, you know, it might be the only time they can ask you questions. And
yeah, but I don't want the whole Joe and Danny show to be Beatles. So.
You know, Martin should have a direct line to your house, and you could talk to him for hours and stuff like that about Beatle talk.
Now, here's the thing, you know, when you say you believe Hey Jude is about Julian and John, John was right. People pick on John and say that who does he think he is saying this was about him? Well, what's he supposed to think? You know, and remember, even though the inspiration for Hey Jude is about Julian, there's lines in that song about, you know, go out and get her. You found her, now go and get her. You know, remember, let her into your heart. So it starts out about, hey, Jude, Julian, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better about the divorce. Then it goes on talking about going out and get a girl, and, you know, you're waiting for someone to perform with, and so go get her. You know, that could easily apply to John Lennon, whether Paul meant it that way or not. What I'm saying is, I have no problem with John Lennon in his mind thinking I think it was about me. You know, there's nothing paranoid about that or egotistical with John to think that.
Yeah, I think the song is too long. They could have cut at least 2 or 3 minutes off it.
Well, you know, I like it. It's fun. Well, when you get into that chant, the la na 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 part, I should say, you know, it's especially if you watch the film of them performing it when the whole audience comes up to them and plays.
Yeah, I seen that video. Yeah, it's very long.
As far as I'm concerned, watching it, that can't be long enough. As far as I'm concerned, that's a great moment with all of them together getting into it. I don't know. Where do you find the May Pang doc? I guess online. I mean, I don't know, Amazon.
May
Oh, you mean, you know, I understand what it means. The movement you need is on your shoulder. I've always taken it to me. People like, can't you think like deep? It's the idea like your mind, your head is on your shoulder, like your mind, your brain, you have it right there, right here. You have it. The movement you need. Get your head together. You know, that's what I think it means. But all right, but we're gonna stop the Beatles talk for a while now.
It can mean anything you want it to mean. You know.
Well, there's that too.
Right.
That was terrible about the elderly owners of the deli being taken out by their son. When they held him as a baby, it should have been impossible to think of. Exactly. To think of such an end. It's crazy. You give birth to these people. I don't know what's the story. Did he go nuts? Is he on drugs? I mean, I don't know. Did maybe he said he wasn't going to get an inheritance? If they were going to retire in 4 months, I wonder if that plays into this in some way.
Very sad. That's all I can say, you know.
Yeah, you have to also understand, Eric. I'm sorry if it came across like I was picking on you about the John thing. Sometimes a person will make a comment, and that'll remind me of all the other people who pick on John. You know what I mean? Or whoever, the Beatles or whatever. I don't necessarily mean to single out your comment. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, here we go. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's true. Vivian, thank you for joining us. Even though you don't like Oasis, Joe, you might like some of Noel Gallagher's solo work. His songs and voice and guitar playing are fantastic.
Vivian. Is that her name? Vivian.
Viv, yeah. Viv.
Joe has no taste in music. He doesn't know. No Gallagher.
Hey, Viv, what do you think? I got no taste in music?
Yeah.
You know, when I get kinks in the back, I generally go to the desert.
The desert?
Yeah, desert. Oasis. Oasis.
You talk about the Beatles like they just came out. It's 60 years ago. You know. Oh, Noel Gallagher is a musical genius. He's a great guitar player. Great. Liam is a great front man. You can't get any better than Liam. You know, they have a great band there. And I believe at one time, Ringo's son played with Oasis.
Well, anyway.
Joe doesn't know. He doesn't understand. You know
I don't understand. By the way, get back to me when you listen to all Bob Dylan's albums. You understand his deep poetry and his lyrics.
Like a Rolling Stone. That's when his voice sounded good. Today it sounds like he's on heroin and he's drunk. You know.
You should stop being annoying to me.
Exactly.
Let's face the facts. Let's face the facts.
Exactly. See what Breach says there?
There you go.
I won't listen to Oasis fans rubbish the Beatles. Sorry, Danny. Joe, mute him. There you go.
There you go. Don't believe the truth.
The hell is that? You want to talk about what doesn't mean anything? That doesn't.
That's
mean
the name
anything.
of the album.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing. No, look, if Oasis is so great, let's see all kinds of hundreds of channels like they are here on YouTube.
Hey, did very well. They probably, I don't know if they're still on tour, but it did very well. Even Paul McCartney went to see Oasis.
I don't give a shit what that panderer does. I really don't. You know, that's what he does. Whatever's part, he loved. Oh, he recorded with I forgot his name, Kanye West. He recorded with Kanye West. Oh, he's the greatest thing. Then he got a little too political the way. And all of a sudden, he wants to. He stays away.
Yeah, you know what? It'd be funny.
Like, no, he's a phony. He does whatever's good, looks good. You know, you see interviews where you ask him, like, what do you think? What, what's your favorite? Do you like, I don't know, you like this better or that? I've seen him, and he goes, all of them. Yeah, all of them. Because you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want. John would tell you he hates this. He thinks that sucks or whatever. That's why I miss John. The directness, like me. Okay. And I'm tired of it. Whatever's popular. I'm going to write a song, whatever's politically, acceptable. I'm going to write a song about that. I'm not going to be opposing anything political. That's what he does. And I'm sorry. The guy's just not sincere. As simple as that.
Yeah, Paul might be watching it because Sean might have said to Paul, there's a channel called Me, Mr. Mayo. He talks about us and stuff like that.
It's funny how It's funny. My favorite quotes of all time are, first of all, when Paul says about the White Album, it was great. It sold. It's the Bloody Beatles White Album. Shut up. He doesn't usually get like that. And that's the greatest quote ever. Another one is when he's sitting outside talking to the reporter about having taken LSD. And telling them off right there, hey, listen, it's not my responsibility. It's you. I'm giving you an honest answer, and you don't print this. You're the one who's spreading this right now and putting this out. I'd rather it didn't, but you're the one. And he was getting a little sharp. That's finally Paul being Lennon-esque and finally like telling it like it is, and that's why I like those two quotes. Watch him anytime at the press conferences and everything. Sometimes he'll break the mold a little bit, but he tries to be like, I don't know, diplomatic about or respectable about it all the time. And it's like, come on, man.
Let's talk about Dylan's Christmas album.
Yeah, that's good for a laugh. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, shit. Doesn't he get embarrassed by releasing material like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could write a song about Danny, sure. The song "It Must Be Santa" by Dylan, is it the worst Christmas song ever? No, it is not. I'll tell you. Oh, the sun's coming. I'll tell you why it's not. That's actually one of the more palatable songs on the album because it's done funny. It's done comically. Look at the video for it. It's a funny video. And it works. To me, the worst Christmas songs by Dylan are the ones where he's serious. Do you I'll be home for Christmas. Those are the ones that are terrible because he's trying to be serious, sing it serious. Follow?
Yeah.
It Must Be Santa's a joke. Fun. You gotta knock off the sun. Here comes the sun. I love it, but still.
I gotta give baby his medicine. I'm gonna be up for not even a minute.
No, you let your wife do that.
No, she's talking with the daughter.
Why that happens?
Can you see where I see?
You've got a show to do here. And,
yeah,
let Mrs. Danny take care of the dogs during the show. Why not?
She's blabbering. She's talking.
And this is true. Paul McCartney nailed John for too many people preaching practices. Don't let them tell you what you want to be. And he said that was a knock at John and Yoko. Meanwhile, he's over here always like telling people not to eat meat. And he makes sure that at his concerts, like it's catered for the whole crew. It's all veggie. Nobody can eat meat. It's like, come on.
That's all right. They kill it. That's right. They kill these poor animals and stuff like that. And you sit down and you eat a piece of steak. That animal had to die for you.
Tough shit.
Yeah.
And then people are put on man, including women. Man, is here. Humans, he's supposed to eat meat, right? Where's Mick 64 when I need him? He'll tell you. He'll tell you right there in the comments.
They killed enough animals. They should stop. You know.
You didn't see McCartney leaving the stage in the middle of a show to tend to an animal. Unprofessional by Joe. I'm a little mixed up with that one. But anyway, you know, trying to be honest. I'm trying to be honest. That's why I say there's some people out there that I think love my channel and me because I'm honest like that. Other people, no, they want only like happy glow. I could do that too. I could get on there and I could be like, "Hello, everybody. How's everything? Oh, everything's great. All the Beatles are great, and I have nothing bad to say about anybody." You know, I love the Beatles. You know that, but come on, try to be honest, man.
Yeah, you people out there will be buying Beatles stuff for the next 5 decades. Believe me.
Don't let it hurt you so much. You buy your cigarettes, and we'll buy our Beatles stuff. Okay. There you go. I told you he's here, and he's gonna lay it out right there for you and play
Bacon.
right there. Meat, the natural human diet.
Bacon is poison. When Robin makes bacon, I have a strip of bacon. It's salty as hell. That shit's bad for you. It's gonna clog your arteries and cause other damage to you.
I don't eat bacon very often, indeed.
No good.
But I don't believe that it's that bad anymore.
Sausage is another thing.
I had sausage the other night.
Bacon.
I had a different kind of sausage than Danny likes. I had the meat sauce, the food.
You gotta eat healthy.
I do now.
Plant-based protein, peanut butter, natural peanut butter, plant-based protein.
Meat-based protein.
No.
Absolutely. Eggs, meat. Well, that was one of Paul's best moments too. That was one of Paul's best moments. You have to know. People say, "What do you mean?" See, people who don't know are going to watch this and say, "What does he mean? He's talking about lesbians." What? That's not right, Joe. What are you condoning? I'm condoning because one of these stupid interviewers asked the Beatles, said Time magazine put out an article, Trash and Pop Music, and they said that Norwegian Wood was about a prostitute and or something. Eleanor Rigby was about a prostitute or something. I don't remember what. I don't think it was Eleanor Rigby. Day Tripper was about a prostitute, and Norwegian Wood was about a lesbian. Says, what I'd like to know what your feeling is and when you wrote it. And Paul goes, we were just trying to write about prostitutes and lesbians, that's all. And he just gives a John Lennon-esque quote. And then I won't tell you the answer. Maybe somebody in the comments will. Then later, moments later in the interview, somebody says, "Well, I want to know what was the meaning behind writing? What was the inspiration for Eleanor Rigby?" And John wrote something, or he said something. If you write it, whatever.
Well, wait a minute. What does Golden God Dennis Reynolds mean? What it says? Sorry,
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sorry, Dennis. I don't understand. Maybe he's saying to Danny, we don't see Paul McCartney leaving the stage in the middle of a show to tend to an animal. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Oh.
And Too Many People is a great song. It's a fantastic song. So anyway, where are we at here with this off the rails freaking Joe and Danny show? We only get to do this once a week now, folks. Well, sometimes we sneak in another one, right, Danny?
So, Joe, have you made any dental decisions in your life?
No, I haven't.
Very
I'm
good.
hoping that it holds out. My teeth hold out so I can get over the holidays and start fresh in January.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I was checking. I got 2 more loose teeth. But he said just because they're loose doesn't mean you have to pull them. So I'm sure maybe another year they'll be coming out. Who knows? But the dentist, very expensive proposition. When you go to a dentist,
Yeah.
It became very expensive to have your teeth taken care of.
So you really have a lot going on there, huh?
Yeah, I'm 69 years old.
My favorite number.
Good sex position. Some people lose their teeth at 40. You know what I mean? So I'm not complaining.
You'd say you've done all right so far in your life.
Yeah. I may not be 70. So if I live to 75, I only have 5 more Christmases, or 5 more winters, 5 more summers. That's it. Done.
Because you'd say generally everything went pretty good in your life with your generally up to now.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
Was
Joe
that
lost, wait a minute. Joe lost that clip. I think the last live stream. He
I
lost the
deleted
clip.
it by accident.
He was going crazy, like it was the end of the world coming. You know,
It's a
about
great
this
clip, man. It's a great clip when it applies to you. I love it.
Oh, you gotta watch the live stream. Danny loses it. You gotta watch that live stream where I go berserk. I go friggin' berserk.
Is there a reason you slept in a chair for so long? Yeah, there is. The reason is because I had COVID back in 2022, and I didn't want to like sleep anywhere near my girlfriend or anything, so I started going into the living room and watching TV and falling asleep sitting up on it. And I keep saying it's a couch, but it has a lever button where you press it goes back. So I go back a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
Right. Let me tell you the truth. His bed is a storage unit.
Don't listen to this guy. It is, but if I want to sleep there, I tried going back to it. He's doing shtick again.
No. I swear to God.
I'll answer it, okay, the proper way and own up to it, okay, like I do everything, okay? The bottom line is, so I started to do that because I had the COVID. I wanted to stay away. And then it became a habit, and I preferred it. And I slept that way for 3 years. And I think that things started to happen. Like I'd sit there and my head would like, I don't want to do it because it'll hurt too much, but it would like lean over to one side. I'd wait. See, I just did. I heard a crack, you know. I leaned over and it would hang over, and I wake up hours later like, wow. And I did that for 3 years. Or I'd be like this. My head would go forward, and I'd wake up. And over 3 years, I got issues now. Now, about the bed thing. There is like a spare bed over here that I sometimes use. And it's got all my stuff that I show you. Anytime I pull out stuff or use stuff, I put it here on the side, and it's full of shit.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
when my neck first hurt me 3 years later in August, this past August, I cleared the bed off, put new sheets on, dusted it, and stuff like that to try to see what it would be like. Also, I'm a person that doesn't like to sleep anywhere with anybody else if I can help it, because I can't sleep. I don't know how that people do that. You know, I like to get, you know, a good sleep. And to me, people snoring or rolling around or shaking or bouncing the bed, you know, come on. It's annoying. So anyway, so I tried sleeping in there, and that didn't really help my neck either. So now I'm back. Now my thing is I'm back to the recliner, but I have a travel pillow around to keep my head straight instead of falling around. That's what I'm doing. Okay, there's your answer, Danny. Stupid.
There you go.
You are a stupid, Danny. It took 58 minutes to call you stupid again, bringing that up. And you know why I get like this? Because I do not suffer fools gladly. And let's let Peter Cushing explain why I get like this sometimes.
I'm afraid that stupidity always brings out the worst in me.
Stupidity?
Yes, stupidity.
There you go. Oh, I haven't seen you here in a while, Mr. Mixie.
Mr. Mixie. Good morning. Oh shit.
He gave us a lot more than that. I know it irks you and gets under your skin, Martin, but he also gave us stuff like, don't forget While My Guitar Gently Weeps. You know, all things must pass. Yes, the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. Did I say good morning? What am I going to? A Walkman. Okay, Walkman.
Good morning. Yeah, Joe.
Oh boy. How many McCartney shows has Tom seen this year? In my opinion, too many. But he's probably watching right now. Too many, in my opinion. However, it's not about what I think. It's about what he thinks.
Well,
I
if, you,
forgot the Steve Miller song.
if that's what you enjoy, if that's what you enjoy, and you have the money, you know, more power to him. You know.
Oh, see, now he says that, but meanwhile, other people, whatever.
James Farley, you're late.
James,
Friggin' 9 o'clock.
I know the name of that song, but it's just not. I can't get it right now in my head. The Steve Miller song and Paul McCartney. Unless you're talking about, well, first of all, Steve Miller was on a song "Used to Be Bad," I think, but that's not the one you're talking about. You're talking about. I know there's another one, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Steve Miller Band, great band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great Steve Miller story out there too, but I'm not telling it today. Some other time.
Yeah, Joe. It's a great.
Don't go there, because some other time I'll tell you.
Yeah, he's gonna leak it out little by little.
No way, Danny. It's a great story.
Oh yeah, I was impressed when I heard it, because Joe told me the story.
All right, keep going, Danny. I'll knock your head in.
No,
Not really.
I'm not gonna say anymore, but I want to get people curious.
Can I say hello to Neil from Great Britain, if that's all right with you, Danny?
Of course you can. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Great Britain. Yeah. So this was a terrible week. You see? Now I can say.
Yeah, I just got it. For no
I can
reason.
say it's a terrible year. Every year, if one person dies in any particular year, it's a bad year. So you can cancel the whole 12 months out.
Well, let me put it to you this way. To me, it depends how they die, and it depends on their age. If it's old, if a person just naturally passes away and they're 92, come on.
Yeah, we had a surprise live stream, and Joe says, well, before Friday comes, I want the people to get out of the system. That's about my brother passing,
You're taking that too seriously, the way you're saying it, and you're doing this just to get me going. You are really a pain in the ass, is what you are. Okay.
Let the people get out of the system. Yeah, as far as condolences, everybody giving condolences. I appreciate it very much again for all the condolences he gave me for my brother.
I'm glad that one of the Beatles has a complete Christmas album that they did. And Ringo's the only one that has a Christmas album, and I have fun with it. I play that once every year, every Christmas season, and I enjoy it.
The only good Christmas albums are the traditional, the ones from years ago. You know what I mean? They're the best. You can't beat them.
I think they're the best. Yes, but I also like the other ones.
Yeah, I don't go to these female rock and rollers. Like what's the name there? What's the name there that come out with that? All I Want for Christmas. Yeah, that's
what do you got against women?
Nah, it's not against women. That song is nauseating. You know what I mean? And all the other shit that they come out with.
No, I do not play the Beatles fan club messages anymore. I just haven't in years. I'm just really, really tired of them. At least
that's another thing, Joe. You can sell it and make good money on that.
When I was in in the 1970s, I mean, I played them every year, and sometimes I'd actually turn on the radio because the radio would play them. Radio station would play all of them, and I'm like, oh, this is tradition. No, I don't care anymore. I don't play them. I mean, I will play them again. Exactly, Gary. That's the spirit. I almost said I'd never play the Beatles messages again, but I just haven't been interested in it.
Yeah, what's that song Paul McCartney does? I hate that song. Wonderful Christmas Time.
Christmas Time? Oh, I like it a lot.
That song, I need my Pepto-Bismol when I listen to that song.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. The Mitch Miller Christmas album is great. I agree.
There you go, Mitch Miller. Yeah, there you go.
Do you have
I
a
used to
favorite
watch
Christmas song?
I used to watch that. That's how old I am. Used to be on TV.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, every Sunday. I think it was Sunday. I'm pretty sure it was Sunday.
Well, I live with my grandparents, so that's what they watched. Anyway, do you have a favorite Christmas song, Numbnuts?
Hi, Penny Lane. I don't think I know she commented before. Hi, Penny Lane. Love you. My favorite Christmas song. I got to think about it. Maybe Do You Hear What I Hear?
Yeah, why? Because I just happened to remind you of it with Dylan.
No, that's a good song. Or what else? I don't know. It's hard. Jingle Bells.
My favorite Christmas song is, no surprise, Happy Christmas, War is Over. And also, if we get the Beatles out of the equation, Holly Jolly Christmas, Burl Ives.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's a good one. That's a classic.
Have you watched Sean's War is Over short film yet? No, I have not. So I don't have any opinion on it. There you go. I finished my 5 slices of bacon and 4 large eggs. Protein, baby.
5 slices of bacon.
That's a bit much. I'll go along. By the way, I'm the only guy that likes. How many people out there like their bacon nice and chewy, soft? Everybody out there, oh, I like hard, crispy bacon. So it's like done. You touch it, it falls into dust. I like it. I like it.
Robert makes it like that, where you touch it, it falls apart. You know, I don't eat a lot of it, but if I do eat bacon, which is very rare, I like it soft.
Yeah,
but definitely not good for you.
That's funny because I always thought you liked them hard. Beatles Christmas album. Speaking of Beatles Christmas, this is not really the place to do. I can get them pretty easily. Let me see. Talk about the Beatles Christmas album. I'm going to show you something with that. Let me find them first. Oh man, my neck.
Joe finding stuff is a miracle. You know, you can't find shit.
Yeah, I can't find shit, huh? That's why I got them all right away. Why don't you shut up, you numbnuts?
I love it. Get Joe pissed off. I love it
because it's all you just do shtick. The guy's not even serious.
No, I don't know.
There's the one everybody knows, blue. But do you have the green? Do you have the red? See, this is the kind of stuff I've been on the edge thinking of selling these two for a long time. This is the main one. It's not original, by the way. It's a counterfeit one. But anyway, you know, the question is, you know, what do I need the red and the green? And as I'm looking at them, like they're fun, yes. And the vinyl's black, by the way. They're not red and green vinyl; they're black vinyl. Just the covers are different. I think they're cool to have all three. And every once in a while, you pull them out like this and have fun looking at them. Woohoo!
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on. I got better fun than that. You go to Pornhub. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, well, I got to think of other sites besides just that one.
Pornhub.
Believe me, I got better sites that I know than that one.
Oh, shit.
I like mine cooked. Well, look, bacon is cooked too. It's just cooked less when it's soft. Did I say hello to Lemonhead? I think I did.
Dementia. Dementia is forming in his brain.
He was talking. Yeah, what do you project much?
So you say
Oh, shit.
Chewy bacon for the win. Absolutely.
You know, even those beef jerkies, you know, my wife likes to buy those beef jerkies. You know what I mean? They taste good. But are they really good for you? It's First of all, it's smoked meat. That's why I think I smoke. You know, I'm a smoker, so I can preserve my meat on the inside. Yeah, my insides are preserved. You know, it's smoked.
This guy really believes cigarettes are good for you.
Sure.
He's not getting that.
Yes, I am. Alice Cooper's my favorite.
You're so full of crap. I asked you to get the horror movie. You love horror slasher movies. I told you the movie Thanksgiving was a great horror movie. And 2 Thanksgivings in a row now, you wouldn't spend $20.
No,
To get
because I got my other bills that are more important. There's things more
Oh,
important.
look at this guy. You telling me that in the course of 2 years, you can't come up with $20 in 2 years? I don't buy it.
I can. Yeah, I'm gonna get Alice Cooper because he's my favorite. The first album I bought in my life when I was very, very, very young was "School's Out."
That's
And
the only good song he's got.
I heard that album and I said, "Oh shit, I love this guy," you know. So I collected everything. You know, "Pretty for You," "Easy Action," "Killer," "$1 Billion Babies." I can go on and on and on and on. I have all that stuff. I even got memorabilia, Alice Cooper memorabilia.
I'm not sure what you mean. Well, this is, you could talk about almost anything, but it's we like to talk about, life shit, really. No, Paul and Ringo don't smoke anymore. Well, Paul smokes dope, And this thing about bacon being so bad, I think bacon's one of those. I mean, I wouldn't go eating a truckload of bacon, but I think bacon's one of those foods that, how time goes. They used to say the egg was so bad for you, eggs. Then they changed a little bit. It was too much cholesterol. Now they changed that. And coffee now they're claiming is good for you. It's like all this stuff. So I believe that they've rethunk the bacon thing.
Coffee has antioxidants in it. It's very good for your heart. Coffee.
I don't believe it's good for you. I don't.
Yes, I believe it's good for you. Eggs are very good for you. The yolks got a lot of cholesterol, but if you don't have a cholesterol problem, there's no problem. But that's the protein you need.
Steve Cropper, guitarist, just died at 84, who played with Booker T and the MGs and many Stax artists. I did ever heard of him.
I heard the name before. I don't know. I don't know who we played with.
Oh yeah, Paul's a stoner from way back. Love the show with Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I seen Alice in 74 and 75, $1 Billion Babies tour, and Welcome to My Nightmare tour at Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, in New York, and it was excellent. And when he does a thing where he gets executed, with a guillotine. And when that blade came down and his head fell off and went into a bucket, I thought there was a mistake. Something went wrong. It looked so real, unbelievable. I don't know how they did it, but you could see his head. He's wiggling his head, and then the blade comes down and his head falls in a bucket. Unbelievable.
Eggs in moderation are excellent for you. What's moderation? I think I don't have eggs every day. Well, now I'm going to start doing them more again because now I'm off the carbs and sugar and back to stuff like protein and eggs and stuff. So I'm going to have eggs today. I haven't had eggs in a while. Wow, it's been a couple of weeks. I used to have them every day or every other day.
If you don't want to eat a lot of yolks, you can buy egg whites. It comes in a carton like milk, like a quart.
The yolk is the best part of the egg. Get out of here.
I know, but a lot of people have cholesterol problems. There's a lot of cholesterol in the yolk.
Well, there's other ways of reducing cholesterol.
Yeah, atorvastatin. That's what I take.
You don't take drugs. I'm talking about naturally reducing cholesterol.
No.
You take drugs for everything. That's why you're in the shape you're in. Your kidneys are shot. Come on.
I have to take those because I already clogged 2 arteries when I was 49 years old and I had open heart surgery. So I have to take a statin, and my cholesterol is normal.
No, I don't believe in that. You don't because you don't believe in eating healthier and doing it naturally. You don't believe in that.
You're talking about eating healthy.
Hey, schmuck. Just because here we go again with this guy. I'm admit. You want to go watch videos I've talked about where 4 months I ate unhealthy?
I know your diet because you send me pictures.
You know why you know it? Because I tell you unabashedly about it. That's how you know my diet. because I'm open about it. I'm transparent. I talk about what the hell I'm eating. I own up. I say, this is what I did. I made videos talking about it. So keep on trying. You're not going to get me. Okay. And
I'm not
you know,
trying to tell
that's
you,
the first
but
thing. And when I do that, that is wrong to eat that. It's not good that I eat that. And I admit that. But I'm sitting here and I'm telling you that now I'm doing it the right way again. And I did it for 5 months and I went off for 4 months. So guess what? 5 months is still better than 4. So I was doing it well longer than I cheated. How's that?
I know, but you gain all the weight back.
Not all of it. Nope.
You
Not
gain
all
all
of it.
that weight back. You ate a lot of food.
I did not gain it all back, you jerk. I
Bullshit.
did not. Okay?
Fucking guy, man.
How dare you tell me that I gained it all back when I haven't gotten to I never got to the number I was originally. I got up close, but I didn't get to that number. So I did not gain it all back.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm getting more of a tension headache right now is this second because you are an annoying human being.
You should stop being annoying to me.
Joe, now you should eat celery and carrot sticks. Yeah, that should
I
be a
don't like
base.
celery, but carrots are good. Yeah. I thought Danny in moderation was good once a week or something, but I can't take that. Really can't.
Nobody asked me what my blood sugar is today. Nobody.
And this thing, everything. I don't believe in everything in moderation. That's not true. Something you should never
Pack
have.
of cigarettes. Oh, yeah.
You see,
have a
like
pack.
this idiot, like I'll tell him, like I say, everything in moderation. I don't agree with. I'll say, like, for example, I'll say soda is never good for you. You should never have soda, ever. Not in moderation, never. And this guy will say, oh, what kind of soda you've been drinking? What are you talking about? Like, don't you understand? I know that it was wrong. I admitted that it was wrong. And I'm trying to do better, which is more I could say for you with your damn cigarettes. You're still smoking cigarettes. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you know, I don't even think I smoke a half a pack a day. When it's time to go, you're going.
Here he goes again with this. Here he goes again. It's time to go. Time to go.
Hey, even non-smokers die of lung cancer. Come on, give me a break. Throat cancer.
That's a stupid. You are a stupid man. Let's go back. Everybody, go back at him. Come on, let's do it. He freaking sits here and says, "Smoke all you want because you can still get cancer anyway." That is a stupid freaking attitude.
You know, you get these smokers. You know, when you buy smoked meat, that's preserved for life. You know, when you smoke meat, it's preserved. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to preserve my organs on the inside when I smoke, shit like that. So I'm here for a long time.
Now, you know I can't have hard-boiled eggs and nuts. That's Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, I can tell by your voice.
I don't think that's funny. The guy, he's in the hospital. The guy comes in and he goes, I got you some hard-boiled eggs and nuts. He goes, now you know I can't have hard-boiled. See, you're like Stan Laurel. I mean, it's just so freaking up.
I watched an episode. I was telling Joe where they're trying to get this piano up these long stairs.
He talks about it as if like nobody knows this. Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying. I watched that one. I found it enjoyable. Other than that, when that guy, what's that guy? Which one is which? The guy goes, cries all the time. Fucking annoying, man.
Yeah. And this from the guy who thinks Beavis and Butthead are the greatest.
Oh, I love Beavis and Butthead. I got the comic books. I got all the series, movies.
I love deviled eggs. I absolutely.
No, I don't like deviled eggs.
I could eat like 100 of those. I love it.
No, I don't like them. When we have Thanksgiving, they make deviled eggs. I never eat them. Otherwise, I love eggs. Really? Yeah, I'm telling you, that looks so real when they chopped his head off. Unbelievable.
Now, see, this is the kind of thing too. I always fully cook my eggs. Runny yolks can still have salmonella. Now, I do. First of all, 99% of the time, I cook the whole egg. Once in a while, if I'm at like a diner, I like to have corned beef hash and eggs. I'll have like hash with the fried eggs over easy, and I'll dip. I want the runny yolk, so I can dip my toast in when I'm eating that shit. But the bottom line is, let me ask you this. If that's the case, how come we don't have this epidemic of people dying from eating runny eggs? I don't buy that.
there's people that eat raw eggs. You know what my father used to do when I lived in Manhattan? Used to get a glass of beer, break an egg, put it in there, and get one of those whisks. And he used to beat it. It got creamy, and drank it down. I tasted it one time. It was delicious. Beer and eggs. Raw egg.
Well,
He never died from it.
Exactly. Rocky did it. Come on, man.
A Rocky.
I get uncured bacon with natural nitrates. That's salts. The saliva in your mouth, Danny, has more nitrates than a serving of bacon.
Yeah. Well, I still don't eat bacon.
No, instead you like Tootsie Rolls. This guy lives on Tootsie Rolls and marshmallows, right?
Oh yeah, talking about that. Yeah, talking about that. Look,
Oh, you're not going to eat that.
I ate it already.
All
I ate
right,
it.
Okay, let's find out. What's your blood sugar?
215.
What? No, I want to see it.
I'm going to show you. Unless it went up to 216.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Danny. That's pathetic.
It'll come down.
Who cares? Maybe you die, God forbid, by the time it comes down.
That's with 2 slices of wheat bread with peanut butter, lightly coated. I don't
Try to tell this guy not to eat bread. He won't listen.
That's what 2 slices of bread. Bread to me, bread and cereals are the worst, and a bagel, which is like a bread. Bagels are very bad, but I love them.
Alice Cooper was in the Gong Show movie. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
By the way, Laurel and Hardy, genius, the best comedians ever. Laurel and Hardy.
No.
Ramoga, stop tweaking. Asking about Dancing Godzilla. I'll put it up when it feels right. Last night I was driving my car, Danny, and I thought, but I think I'm wrong. The transmission slipped. I'm like, I've had those experiences in my life. I'm like, no, please. That's all I need is a fucking car transmission, in addition to all this other medical stuff.
Well, the first thing you do is check the fluid.
He does know his stuff because I looked it up, and that's the first thing it said.
Yeah, you check your transmission fluid, and you there's 2 ways to check it. You know what? On the stick, it tells you cold, hot. So
the car should be running,
and you should wipe off the stick and put it back in again and get the correct reading.
I used to do that.
I know down where you live there was no ice, so you could have hit a little patch of ice on the road and she slipped. But it was too warm in New York City, so I could rule that out. I'm playing detective. And
but you also don't know how I was driving. I was not really paying attention. I can't describe what I was doing.
It also depends how you hit the gas pedal. Sometimes she'll change gears. You got to automatic change gears, depending on your tack, your RPMs. So you'll know. We start driving, and you can smell a stick. You can smell it if it's burnt. It has a burnt smell to it.
Yeah.
But check that fluid,
Yeah, I'll have them check it when I bring it in the car. And I used to check it all the time. The old cars. I don't know. Now these new electronic cars. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, this is Danny. Exactly. Driving 150 miles an hour. After all, you could be killed in a car crash anyway.
I don't know what that means.
Are you that dumb?
Yeah, I might be. I don't know what it means.
You do know what it means.
I don't know what it means. I'm not lying.
Your logic when you say about you could get cancer anyway, so smoke.
Oh, yeah. I said before, my heart doctor, cardiologist, said to me, when I first started seeing him, do you smoke? Yeah, I smoke. He says, well, I can tell you this: smoking is like putting a blindfold on and walking across the road. Either you're going to get hit by a car or you're not. In other words, smoking may do damage to you, and maybe it won't. But I tell you what the problem is. The problem is the paper, not the tobacco, the paper, all the chemicals they use to make that paper. They call it a tube. That's where all the problems are. That's where 100 chemicals are in that paper.
All right, so now that you've landed.
Be surprised how intelligent I am. I'm too intelligent.
I'll show you how intelligent you're not. Okay, you have like certain smarts about facts and technical things, but when it
Oh
comes
yeah.
to common sense, you got nothing, and that's what smart is about. Anybody listening to me could run circles around me with book smarts and knowledge and scholastic stuff. You want to talk about common sense? I got you all beat. Okay. Anyway, when it comes to you with this, you just got done saying, and I always bring this up. Your doctor says smoking is like walking across the street with cars with a blindfold on, right?
Right. Exactly.
What kind of stupid person would you do that? I'm talking about a busy street, not where you live, where nobody shows up. If you walk across a busy street with traffic and put a blindfold on and walk across it, the answer is no. Then you shouldn't be smoking either.
Yeah, maybe my street. I'm on a secondary road, so there's a good chance I won't get hit by a car. Yeah, but it's my choice. It's my choice. I want to smoke. If something happens, I just pay the consequences. What are you gonna do?
I think it's stupid. I think it's a
we'll go back to two people in the deli. Okay.
That is stupid. That's a stupid rationale. Smoke cigarettes and make yourself kill yourself potentially because two people got killed in a deli. So you never know. I can walk out my door and get knocked off. So that's it's a stupid.
We got an airport close by. It's not major. It's for little planes. Basically, one can come crashing down into my house. While I'm sitting here right now. Who knows?
It's stupid logic. Can you understand that? Or you just
Joe,
doing shit?
No, I ain't. But your diet. Let's look at what you're doing with your diet.
Back to that again. I admit it's bad, but you don't own. But you won't own it. I'm owning it, and I'm admitting that it's bad, and I'm trying to better myself. But you defiantly keep on smoking those cigarettes, and have said you're not going to stop smoking cigarettes. Blah. That's it. So shut up about the diet.
You own it, but you still go to Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, I have, but not now, and I won't again for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You'll see. You'll watch it. Be that as it may. We'll get to you, Peter. I'm sorry to hear your problem, but this guy he's ridiculous with the stuff that he comes out. He's so, I don't want to say that word, but you are.
First of all, I think most people know we never met in person. In 12 years that I know you, we never met, never shook hands. The first time I come down to see you, okay, I want you to take 50 pounds off. If you didn't lose 50 pounds in 5 or 6 months, okay, I'm not coming.
Then I'll try not to lose weight. That's only going to make me not lose weight. No, the bottom line is I lost 38 pounds, and I gained back like most of it, but not all of it. And that's it. Okay, and I will lose it again and beyond.
But you knew all those months you went up to your diet. You knew it was bad.
I just got done telling you, silly. I just got done telling you, but at least I know it's bad, and I admit it, and I'm trying to stop it. You don't think smoking's bad. You try to rationalize I could die anyway. You don't see me going around saying, "Oh, what's the difference? I can eat all kinds of bad food. I can get heavier and heavier and heavier." After all, I remember those two people that were shot in the deli. So that could happen to me. So why lose weight? That's a story. You think that's stupid?
No, I'm ready to have a cigarette now. I'm waiting for some more Beatle questions so I could take off.
My brother's a heavy smoker. His quality of life has become worse and worse over time. Breathing and exhaustion is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Back to the transmission thing. They're making cars and it don't have the transmission dipsticks in it. Let's get to Peter Boothroyd. Sorry, let's try to comment about dipstick.
You remember the old cars? You have to go have them greased. They had the little grease fittings. They call them tits. It's the grease. No more. Everything's sealed. All that is sealed, so you don't have to grease anything anymore. It's wonderful.
I spent all day yesterday in the eye hospital. I thought I was going blind due to diabetes, but it was because I held my nose and popped my ears too hard and broke blood vessels behind my right eye. Well, thank God for that it wasn't anything else.
Coughing too much, you can collapse a lung. You know that, right?
Sure. I was at the detention center last night, but there are no more gigs. I'm not going to say never. I might do one. I might do one coming up shortly, actually, because I got to be there a long time, but I'm not sure yet. But no, I don't. I don't. When I'm up there, I just talk on the phone, and I just I watch videos either I watch videos of things or talk on the phone of somebody, but I don't do live streams there anymore.
Joe tried to get a hold of me yesterday. I think he was at the detention center. So I was out. So I turned the computer on and I called him back. I talked for a few minutes. He says, I'm gonna talk to somebody else. Goodbye. Like that. Boom. Fucking half the time he don't even say goodbye. He just ends
because you don't shut the hell up when I'm saying goodbye to you. You're one of those people. All right, goodbye. I told you. All right, so goodbye. We're gonna leave now. Okay. Oh yeah, Joe. By the way, yeah. All right. That's when you're one of those people. It never ends a fucking phone call. Well, I don't know that clip of the guy that hates everybody is in some freaking video. I don't know where it is now. I don't have it.
Yeah, he's in a deli, but that person's curious if it was the same deli as those people were in.
No, it's not.
That's what he's trying to. I think that's what he's trying to.
Well, it's not. The guy that says he hates everybody's not in the same deli that had the tragedy.
Right. Well, he didn't know that.
Car companies say you don't need the dipstick because the fluid is good for the life of the car. When you ask how long that is, they say the length of the warranty, which is 60,000 miles. So if I go there and I tell them, look, everybody, I want everything top to. This is why I use old lingo for old cars. If I go in there and say do a tune-up, they don't do tune-ups anymore. I don't think. They don't call it a tune-up anyway. So if I say top off all the fluids, we're going to take a trip for Christmas. Make sure all the fluids are they going to top off? Are they going to check the trans? If I tell them I want the transmission fluid changed, it's never been changed. That I know.
They'll do it. Yeah, if you request it, they'll do it. But as far as tune-up, no, there's no more points in cars. You know, the only thing you do with a tune-up is change your spark plugs, change your plugs. That's it. Change your wires if they're very, very old. You can see if they're cracked, you know. But there's no points in cars anymore, you know.
What is the story you'd be at we call it the detention center because I hate going up there, but it's not a detention center. My girlfriend has a side job that she's got to go up. She's got to go there a couple of times a week, and sometimes, and I drive her there because it's a distance. And she used to take public transportation. I used to pick her up. She used to take public transportation, and then she'd get home off the train like 1 a.m. And I'd go pick her up at 1 a.m. This was when I was still working. And then COVID came. And once COVID came, I didn't want to take in public transportation anymore. Or I started getting worried about her getting, I don't want anything to happen to her. So I took care of driving her there, which is I hate doing because it's just a terrible drive. It takes an hour to get there if you're lucky. Sometimes it can be an hour, 15 minutes if there's a lot of traffic. And, anyway, I just hate doing it. But I do it because I want to help her out. Is the wasp still there? No, sometimes there's wasps there in the summertime. They get through the windows or something. I had that happen to me, and I had to have 3 injections into the eyeball. That's horrible, man, the idea of that.
Yeah, that's got to be horrible. Would you have a detached retina?
We're not going to talk about shit like that, Mr. Mix, so let it go. No politics here. You ever see that Kiss guy? They have a lot. I don't know which Kiss guy you mean. They have a lot of 50th anniversary albums out now.
Oh.
No, Danny, that never crossed my mind about the deli guy.
Yeah, I know what he means. I met Eric Carr's mother one time. Eric Carr was one of the drummers for Kiss. I met Eric Carr is buried in Newburgh, New York. I'm in Middletown, New York, which is about 16 miles from here. You know, that's where Eric Carr is buried. I know that.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
We had an old mall they tore down it. Then they built a galleria. She had a store in there, you know, all Kiss-related stuff, and his drum kit was suspended. I went in there. I was very curious. Her name was Bonnie. You know, come to find out that Eric was her son.
You should stop being annoying to me.
Oh, boy, you had a busy day.
Anytime, see, Joe has a wall. Anytime we talk about death or disease, he always uses those clips. You know,
hey, moron. Moron. I just voluntarily talked about a double death today. What are you talking about?
Shit.
It's Uncle Paul. What's going on, Uncle Paul?
Uncle Paul.
No, I did not get the Free as a Bird single. It's something that I really don't have an interest in. I don't collect everything anymore. And however, I mean, it's a situation where if I happen to be somewhere in a store and it was there in the store, I think maybe I'd pick it up. But I'm not going to go out of my way. Let's put it that I don't have to have it anymore. Just so that I could sit in one of my record cases for like the rest of my life. You know, I'm starting to realize this with some things, not everything, but some things.
That's what happens, you know. You get all that stuff, and then it piles up.
Well, if they ever have to shoot me in the eyeball, I want to be knocked out for. There you go. See, Tom says, but Tom, you know, even though I agree with you, it's payday, time to spend some money. I gotta say, Tom, it's gotten to the point where I feel sorry for you because you're still at the point where you're buying all that stuff that in another 10, 15 years, maybe 20, you're going to say, well, what am I doing with all this stuff, man? But enjoy yourself while you can. I don't regret having enjoyed myself while I was into it.
Hi, Tom. How are you, Tom? Yeah, he's still in that phase where buying. He buys all kinds of movies and stuff like that, sight unseen. You know, but he'll change as he gets older. He'll find out. You know, you need to save money. Very, very important.
Do you have Jack Klugman's book? I know about the book. I don't have it though. No. What's LASIK again? Is that what is it?
I wasn't expecting that.
Danny, you ever consider LASIK surgery? Is that eyes or is that weight? Which one is that? I'm lost.
For what? I don't. That's eyes.
You're talking about like lasers for your eyes. Never in a million years. Nope.
No, no. I only wear glasses. I only wear glasses when I read or on a computer. Once the stream is over, my glasses comes off. They might be off for the next 10 hours. I don't wear
I've
glasses.
gotten to the point where I like the way I look better with glasses than without. I think the age shows more without it and stuff. I'm perfectly with the glasses.
But I had cataract surgery on my left. You know, in fact, I went to the eye doctor not too long ago. Me and Robin, we both had appointments. My left eye, where I had the surgery, is 20/20, and the other eye is 20/25. Because on my right, I got slight cataract, but there's no such thing as emergency surgery when it comes to cataract surgery. It becomes an emergency for you, or you know, time to have it done when it's bothersome, when you know you're having problems. But you know. But laser surgery is very precise. Joe's afraid of laser surgery. He thinks it's going to melt his eye and shit. You know what I mean? But
I never said no. I will not put a laser in my eye. I'm not going to say, but you say that, and then something happens 5 years from now, and you wind up having to do it. And oh, well, you said you were never going to do it. As it stands right now, I could never see myself doing it. So you said you liked Barry Manilow's songs. I listened to his greatest hits. They bring back memories. What are your favorite songs? I know what he's going to say right away, which I like too, about the dog.
Oh, Mandy, yeah, Mandy. I like Mandy. I like. I write the songs. I like the one that's
By the
something.
way, he didn't write the songs.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. He sang it. I like the one about New
What
England.
did he say? I sang the songs that make the whole
Yeah.
world sing.
Copacabana. Oh, there's so many. I just can't think right now because you got me in the spot. But I'm going to see.
He names the one. He names the usual 5 or 6 hits as usual.
No. There's more, but I just can't remember the name.
Can't find the card. I can't find the card. I usually
I'm not a
find.
Barry Manilow fanatic, but through the years, I love his music and stuff like that. So we're gonna. It's not a. I'll say cover band. It's impersonator, of his music at the Paramount in Middletown. And last month I seen the American ELO. I seen a band that did all ELO, and they work with Jeff Lynne, and they reproduce the songs note per note because the guy says we do his songs note per note, and you can't tell a difference between the American ELO. I got the thing over here. Yeah, there you go. You can't tell the difference between this band and ELO at all. It's a great show.
Yeah, that's another one of Barry Manilow's few good songs.
Yeah. There's a lot of songs that he did.
Yeah, those are the only ones you know.
My wife likes him very much. It's just like Air Supply. She loves Air Supply.
They're another group that's got like 2 songs.
No, they got more than that. But I like them. But it's not a band that I would just pick and play. But I like some of the songs.
Yeah, I used to watch a little bit of Second City television. Have you ever been to Vegas? Yeah, I was only in Vegas once with a layover. When I was coming back from Arizona or something, going home, and I stayed in the airport playing. I was in the airport. So technically I was in Vegas. By the way, I got to end this very soon. So
wait a minute. Favorite Turn the Stone.
Don't Bring Me Down.
Bruce. Don't Bring Me Down.
That's a stupid thing. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, Turn the Stone. That's I think Out of the Blue. But I like a New World's Record. If you get anything by ELO, get it. Well, you got Time. There's another one. Time is a great album. I mean, there's so many, but a New World's Record is a great album.
Wind down. I got to get out of here. So anyway, Danny, do you see original bands or just tribute bands?
No. I seen Alice Cooper. I seen Dokken, Loverboy, Night Ranger, Heart, Peter Frampton, and Stevie Nicks. I seen Danny and the Juniors. I seen the Mamas and.
We're not going to sit here and go through 97 names. I've seen a lot of people. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing some. And if you didn't see Joan Jett, you missed a hell of a good rock show. And yes, she did a Little Drummer Boy, which is not a good version, in my opinion.
Oh, so I can go on and on.
Yeah, you can go on and on. We don't have the time. So that's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And Danny, he did get to me today.
Aerosmith.
He did get to me today, Danny. He did. I was going to try, not to get excited about his nonsense. But, of course, the man is as thick in the head as a brick. So you can't really get through to him. Everybody,
Jethro Tull.
I'm going to mute him for the rest of the show. So anyway, thank you, everybody, for being here. And let's see, what's today? Today happens to be Friday. Tomorrow I'll do my Catch Up with Mayo show. Go over to Mean Mr. Mayo, where I do a show in the afternoon live, just me, Catch Up with Mayo. There you can talk about Beatles. There you can talk about all kinds of stuff, not just Beatles, but a lot of Beatles. And that's on Saturday afternoon. And then what do we have? Monday I have the movie show, Mr. Cinemayo. Oh, then you're going to behave yourself. Here you go. I have the Mr. Cinemayo channel. I have a movie show to do that at night. So that's on Monday evenings. Then Wednesday, right back here for the show Wait Wellness Wednesday.
No, it's called weight gain.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Danny? How's that sound? I lost weights. How many cigarettes have you reduced?
Reduced?
Yeah, how many cigarettes have you cut out of your life?
No, I smoke as I go along.
I've already lost weight since a couple of days ago.
Richard James, I love you, Richard James. Remember, bro.
Yeah. So what else?
Oh man. Well,